Hey everybody, welcome to the third edition of Movie Watch. And in this episode, I'm going to be running down the 5 movies that I want to see most in December. And I'm also going to tell you other big releases of movies that are coming out in December. So let's get started. Coming in at number 5 is Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. And I've only seen one other Mission Impossible movie, which is the first one. But the thing I really liked about it was it wasn't just a mindless action movie. It actually had like a plot to it, and it had a lot of you really have to think about it. There's even a part in the movie where I was getting a little bit confused. Also, I'm a huge fan of Tom Cruise and Simon Pegg, who are both in this movie, and also Brad Bird, who did The Incredibles and did Ratatouille. He's going to be directing it, and I think this is one of his first live action movies that he's directing. He also did The Iron Giant, which is another great movie, and I think he's going to do like a phenomenal job with it. He seems like he'll be great while crossing over to live action. So yeah, and also Jeremy Renner's in this movie, who was in The Hurt Locker. He was last year in The Town, and he's a great actor. But he's going to be in so many big blockbusters. Like he's going to be in this. He's going to kind of reboot the whole Bourne series. He's going to do the Avengers too, and he's just going to be in all these big movies. And I don't know if that's the greatest thing for his career, but still, he's a good actor, and we'll see where it goes. So yeah, this movie just looks like a really fun action movie. It actually like requires you to use your brain a little bit, and I love seeing that in action movies. So yeah, definitely check that out. Coming in at number 4 is We Bought a Zoo, which stars Matt Damon and Scarlett Johansson. And I saw the trailer for this, and it just looked like a really fun kids movie. But I've heard through reviews and stuff like that it's actually more dramatic than comedic. And I was thinking about it a little bit, and I really like that turn for the movie. I could really see that movie working out as a good drama mixed with comedy, but still looks like a fun movie that you just bring the whole family to go see. And of course, like Matt Damon looks great in it. I'm a huge Matt Damon fan too. Pretty much the title sums up the whole plot of the movie. Matt Damon, I think his wife just died or something, and he buys a zoo, and it's about him kind of coping with how to handle like owning the zoo. So yeah, that's number 4, and check that out. So coming in at number 3 is Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, and I know this is adapted from a book, and I heard the book was really good and everything. I was gonna read it. I still might, but it stars Tom Hanks and Sandra Bullock, who two great actors, both Oscar winners. It's basically about this kid whose father dies in 9/11, and his father leaves him a key that opens one door in the whole city. I think it's New York, and he has to find what door that key opens. It's a really creative and interesting premise that I think will be really well when it's adapted to film. Also, this movie, out of all the ones on the list, this might be my favorite trailer. And it looks like it has everything in this movie. It looks like it's kind of dramatic. It looks like it has its comedic moments. It looks like it's a tearjerker. And I can't wait to see this one either. So check that out at number 3, Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close. So number 2 on my list is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, a movie that stars Rooney Mara, who is from The Social Network. And when she was cast as the lead, I really wasn't sure how she would be. Like, because in The Social Network, she plays such like an innocent girl that I can't really see playing such a dark character in this movie. But when I saw her in the costume with all the piercings and the dark clothing, I really saw her in the role now, and I think she's going to be great in the movie. Also, it's directed by one of my favorite directors, David Fincher, who also directed The Social Network. He did Zodiac, Seven. The list goes on, but he hasn't done a bad movie except for the first movie that he ever did, which was Alien 3, which I think we could forgive him for. Movies like Seven and Zodiac, two great movies, also deal with similar topics to this, and I think he really is the best man for the job. I never had a doubt at him and his abilities to direct this movie, and he'll do a great job. It also stars Christopher Plummer and Daniel Craig. This is a little bit off topic, but I'm glad for Christopher Plummer. It seems like it's been a big year for him because he's had Beginners and now he has this, and he's a great actor too. So props to Christopher Plummer. And now I saw that this movie wasn't rated yet, and I really hope it gets an R rating because just judging by the trailer, it looks like there's a lot of stuff that will be put into an R movie that won't be put into PG-13. But I think that there's a possibility that they'll make it PG-13 just to kind of get to that teenage audience. But I think this movie would work a lot better as an R-rated movie. So the number one movie I want to see most in December is War Horse, and I'm sure you've heard a lot about this movie by now. It's a big Oscar movie too, and it's directed by Steven Spielberg. It's about like this horse during the war, and it just kind of like it's more about the horse's adventure than the people that like have the horse's adventure. I heard it was a really like stunning and beautiful movie. So another thing about that movie is that there's like almost like an unknown cast. I think it's a cast mainly made up of British people, but I'm sure the cast will be great, and I'm sure Steven Spielberg will direct the crap out of that movie. So and that's also an Oscar movie. So quickly, I'm just going to talk about some other releases coming out in December. Some movies like Sherlock Holmes, the second one, and the first Sherlock Holmes, I was kind of mixed about, and this one by the trailer, I'm kind of mixed about this one too. I saw like Robert Downey Jr. dressing up in drag, and it just kind of looked like it was going in a more funny direction than the first one. And I thought, like, even though I wasn't a big fan of the first one, I thought it had a great mix of comedy and drama. And this one just seems to be like more comedy. Also, young adults coming out this month with Charlize Theron, and it's directed by Jason Reitman, who's directed Juno and Up in the Air, and he's a really great director. I've heard a lot of mixed things about this movie, but I'm sure I'll end up liking it because I like him as a director. Also, another Oscar movie coming out is Carnage, which has like John C. Reilly, Kate Winslet, Jodie Foster, and Christoph Waltz, and I've heard a lot of really positive things about this movie. It's directed by Roman Polanski, who's a really great director. He's directed things such as like Chinatown, a lot of other movies, and this one looks like it's really great. I know it just like focuses on one storyline like the whole time, and it's just like one setting. It's just like in like somebody's house or something like that. I also heard that the movie's like written really well. So I'm definitely gonna check that out. Now I'm just gonna go down the list pretty quickly of other movies coming out. Movies such as The Sitter, New Year's Eve, which is directed by Gary Marshall, who's done a lot of other movies like that with big casts. And I usually just don't really like those big cast movies. They usually don't seem to be that good. Also, Albert Nobbs is coming out this month with Glenn Close, which is another Oscar movie. The Darkest Hour, Alvin and Chipmunks 3, which I can't be less excited about. And also another Steven Spielberg directed movie, The Adventures of Tintin, is coming out, which looks like a pretty good animated movie. And I'll be sure to check that out too. So thanks for watching. This is the third edition of Movie Watch. I hope you liked it. So comment, like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Also, the question of the day is, which movie are you more excited about, Sherlock Holmes or Mission Impossible 4? So just post in the comments below which one you're more excited about. Alright, so that's it for today, and thanks for watching.